Thank you for watching Shushoku Café. This is Takeshi of Quick USA. We are a Japanese recruiting company, and I'm very happy to support for your opportunity. And today we're gonna talk about relocating to Texas. I live in Texas, so I know about Texas. But people who is wondering what is Texas and how it's gonna be the lifestyle in there. So that's what we're gonna talk today. And our famous co-host today, Kasha-san.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kasha. I'm the founder of Ikigai Connections, and I run the job board for Japanese jobs in the U.S. called Nihongo Jobs. So today we are so excited to have an interesting combination of Quick USA employees who live in Texas. So we get to hear from two special guests. Carlos, let's begin with you.
Of course. Thank you so much, Kasha. And hi, everyone. My name is Carlos Medina. I'm currently an assistant recruiter / project assistant with Quick USA. And yes, as Kasha-san stated, I currently live in Texas, but I'm not originally from here. I'm originally from the state of California, city of San Diego, born and raised. And I moved to Texas. I relocated to Texas back in 2023, not from California, but from Japan. One of the big factors was that my family, I do have family here as well. It's always a nice thing to have, but, I did consider maybe, based on what opportunities were out there, relocating to other parts of the U.S., but ended up staying here in Texas, joining Quick USA. And I've been living here for the better part of maybe 3 years or so. Dallas is a great place. I do live a little bit further away from the central part, the Plano, the Dallas part. But overall, it is a nice city. People are really cool. They're really nice. There's lots of things to do. And besides my family, I've been able to make, new friends, meet new people here. And overall, the city is a very nice city where there's, like I mentioned, a lot of things to do. Baseball games, football games, a lot of events, culture-related stuff as well. There's also a big Japanese community here in the Dallas area because there's a lot of Japanese companies as well. So overall, really nice place to be. Thank you.
Very nice. How about you, Keagen?
Hello, everyone. I'm Keagen Kawahara. I'm also not originally from Texas. I was actually born and raised in Nagoya. When I finished high school, I decided to make the big jump to move to Los Angeles. And right when I went there, COVID happened, so everything was on lockdown. I did live there for 4 years, but I decided to make the move from LA to Dallas.
Very nice. Very nice. Let us know, and the viewers know a little bit more like specific things that are related to like actually moving to Texas. So if there's an opportunity that I see on any kind of, website, I'm like, oh, wow, it's in Dallas or it's in Houston, but what's Texas like? Maybe give us some examples if you don't mind, something related to safety or the weather or cost of living. Like, how are those, kind of boring but actually very important topics? So maybe, Carlos, why don't you give us a little bit of your perspective?
Of course. Having originally been from the San Diego area where, first, the elephant in the room being, living in California always implies a higher cost of living. Compare that to the Dallas area, it's, I believe, way more affordable. Living in, like I said, Frisco, where Keagen currently lives. I currently live a little bit up north in Anna, Texas. It's still in the middle of development, so very affordable prices for housing, for rent as well. As for the weather, we do get hot summers, cold winters right now. This weekend, the weekend of the 23rd of January, we're expecting a snowstorm. I don't know how intense it's going to be, but it's going to get pretty cold. So the roads might freeze up a little bit. So you might have to deal with that a little bit. It's nothing too extreme, but it does get cold in the winter. And as for safety, the Dallas area can be considered a safe area to live in. Of course, Frisco is recommended. Plano is recommended. There's a few cities around this area that are pretty safe to live in, including where I currently live up in Anna, Texas, McKinney, and all that area. Maybe the northern part of Dallas and the western part of Dallas. Yeah, western part of Dallas, I believe, are considered really safe to live in.
That's great. And Keagen, if you have any comments, of course, on these topics, that'd be great. But also, if you could touch upon like the Japanese community and, what that is like, if any.
I noticed here in Dallas, there are Japanese communities. It's just spread apart in different areas. And because Texas is such a huge state, I would try to stay in, I guess, like a well-known area in Texas, because that's probably where a lot of these Japanese people are going to be at. Plano, for example, there's a lot of Japanese companies. So, there's probably going to be a lot of Japanese people living there. Just look for those areas and you can find them. You can look them up on Google. You can even ask AI.
Nice. All right. So one last question for each of you, and this is more specific to job searching. And of course, related to this Shushoku Café video series. By the way, fun fact, everybody, Carlos, our guest, created the phrase Shushoku Café, so kudos to him for that. And Keagen works in the background doing the editing and the posting, so they're very familiar with our content. So for each of you, if you could give the viewers like one last bit of information, any kind of tips, advice that you think is important for them if they're considering a role in any part of Texas.
Sure. I'll start off with that one. And, when it comes to Japanese companies, in my opinion, the market is, growing a little bit more, as time passes by. A lot of companies, headquarters and stuff like that, I believe, are making their way to the Texas, not only the Texas area, but of course the Midwest, right? Including the Texas area. They're relocating their offices to this area, making it a little bit more diverse. So if you're really thinking about opportunities, use the support systems. I believe, all the bigger cities in Texas, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, they should have a Japanese American association where you can, reach out to, maybe just talk to them, see what's going on. And of course, we Quick USA specialize. Well, we have a branch here in Texas area, and we specialize in this particular area. If you're interested or you would like to learn what's out there in this area, you can always reach out to us, again, through our website, through the Shushoku Café, through the chat. It doesn't have to be anything super formal. We'd be more than happy to talk to you about what's out there. And hopefully we can meet your expectations if that's the case.
And how about you, Keagen? Any last words as we wrap up this video?
What I've noticed, for example, a $50,000 salary in LA is way different receiving a $50,000 salary in Texas. That plays a huge factor. If somebody in LA wants to improve their lifestyle, but they don't have that much experience, you could technically move from the West Side and have the same salary, but live in the Midwest, and you'll feel like your life has improved. Don't just look at, are there more opportunities? Because if you can get one opportunity and if it makes your life better, then to me, that's a success. I think that's what it's all about. So
thank you. And a good point for Keagen and what he said, about the living cost and all that, the level of the life. It's very much bit different. And there's our website, and maybe we're gonna put in there. It's a Pay Factor. It's a famous pay scale information center. And the website you can check how, for example, in LA, 70K having it, and how much it's gonna be in Texas. You can have the same level of the cost. And I forgot the exact number, but roughly, if you're having 70K in LA, in Texas, just 50K, you have the same level of the life. So it means if you can keep the same salary and living in here, your level of the life increase a lot more in here. You have more financial freedom in here. You can enjoy more time, much more things for your life. That's actually so many candidates choose that one for the reason as well. Safety, living cost, and for the opportunity for education for the kids. That's what I think. And one thing now I'm listening, Carlos and Keagen, what they feel like about Texas. I moved in here 11 years ago. And when I moved in here 11 years ago, what we always talk is there was no entertainment. So many young populations coming in here. So right now I feel living in here is already entertainment-wise. It's also fulfilling, something like that. So that's kind of getting different as well. So maybe if you ask somebody some advices about Texas, and if that person living in here 10 years ago, maybe different than, actual Texas now. That's what I felt. Well, I think we three have too much love for Texas, so we can't stop talking about Texas. If you have any more questions about Texas, feel free to reach out for Carlos, Keagen, or me whenever you want. And we will also leave information in the comment. And thank you so much for watching Shushoku Café today.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.